Hello friends, welcome back. This is the first class on Newton's laws. Okay, so till now we have studied about vectors, how to add vectors, resolve vectors, all these things. This is the next thing we'll be studying. So we all know how many laws are there of Newton's. So we have three laws, right? First law is law of inertia. Now what is law of inertia? Any body which is at any place will remain at that place until or unless a force is applied on it. This is a very basic thing. Obviously, you can ask anybody, right? If a body is placed anywhere, it will be at that place until unless a force is applied on it. So what is new about it, right? So this is so basic. Law of inertia. Yeah. So if a table is there, so table will remain there until unless a force is applied on it. Yeah. Now second Newton's law is the most important. That is F is equal to delta P by delta T. Now this is the most important Newton's law, that when a force is applied on the table, now till the point we are not applying any force, it will remain there. But if a force is applied on the table, its momentum will change. Yeah. So force is equal to delta P by delta T. Force is equal to rate of change of momentum. Yes. Force is equal to rate of change of momentum. Change in momentum upon change in time. Now this is the most important law. And if mass is constant, this becomes m delta v by delta t. That means mass into acceleration. So if mass is constant, it becomes mass into acceleration. Otherwise, we have to do the derivative of this. We'll study that later. Okay, now this is the most important Newton's law. This will be used across the chapter. Okay, because this was so basic. Anybody can say this. Inertia. Yeah. Now third is the most popular one. What is it? Every action has equal opposite reaction. So see, we are studying classical physics, and classical physics, God till now is known to be Newton. We are not studying about what happened before 1600, but yeah, after 1600, Newton is considered to be the lord of classical physics, and this is classical physics. What is classical physics? Physics of the object that we can see. So we can see a ball, we can throw a ball. Yeah, but there are a lot of particles which are invisible, like gravitons and all these things. Invisible to the human naked eye. Yeah. So physics of those particles is quantum physics. That will not study. And these are the laws which are applicable on classical physics. Okay, third is the most famous, which is action reaction. Action reaction. So every action has equal and opposite reaction. Now this is applicable everywhere. So first we will study it in the terms of physics. If I hit the board, I apply the force on the board, but I also experience little pain. Yeah. So because board also applied the same force on my hand. Every action has equal opposite reaction. If I place it here, it is exerting some force on my hand. I am also supporting it. Yeah. So we will study it. It is called normal reaction. So normal reaction pair is happening. I am supporting it, and it is applying some force on my hand. Similarly, so every force has equal opposite reaction. These are the three laws which won't be broken whatever be the quotient. Now this is important. You won't break any law whatever be the quotient in Newton physics. Okay, apart from these, we will study some forces. These are the laws, and let us study some forces. First force that we will study is weight. Weight W is equal to mg. Okay, so weight, now each force will follow some property. What is the property followed by weight? Weight is always in the downwards direction. If you hold a pen, so if you drop it, it will come down because mg was acting it in that downward direction. But if you consider it in Earth scenario, object here will be attracted this side, object here will be attracted this side. People were standing here in the opposite direction. Now a person here will say that the object is coming down because he himself is standing upside down. Yeah, standing in the inverted position. So if an object is here, it will be attracted here. So what is the property followed by weight? Weight is always towards the center of earth. But in the free body diagram that will make. Free body diagram means taking the object away from all the other things and studying all the forces that are there on that object. Okay. So in the free body diagram that we will study, we will apply mg in the downward direction because we do not consider the curvature. Yeah. So we just consider the object is there and the force is acting downwards. So this is the weight and property is it is toward the center of earth, and in the FBD we will show it in the downward direction. Second force that we will study is normal reaction. Normal reaction represented by N or R, anything. Now what is normal reaction? Normal reaction is basically the support force. It is a support force. So see, if an object is lying like this, I make the FBD, free body diagram, taking it in air and studying all the forces that are acting on it. Now what are acting on it? Earth is pulling it downwards, mg, and there is support from the ground, normal reaction. There is support from the ground, normal reaction. If I consider a tilted plane, now if I make the FBD, first of all, you do not have to rotate the object on your own. Object is tilted, you have to make it tilted. That's it. Okay. Some students, what they do, they rotate the object and then make the FBD. No, this is a wrong practice. Now what will happen? mg will be exerted downwards. If I drop the pen like this, it will come down, right? If I drop the pen tilted, it will not go like this. It will still come down, right? So mg, it always acts downward, whatever be the position, it doesn't matter. But normal reaction will be perpendicular to the contact surface. Support is being given to it in this direction. Yes, support is being given to it in this direction. So normal reaction's property is it is perpendicular to the contact surface. Contact surface perpendicular, contact surface perpendicular. This is the property. Weight is downwards in FBD towards center of earth, actually perpendicular to the contact surface. Okay, I'm just rubbing this. Now third force that we'll study is tension, which of course comes during exam time, but this is a different tension. So tension that here we are studying is in the string or rope. See, if you hold some object with rope, the rope gets tight, right? The rope gets tight. Now the tightness in the rope is the tension only. So suppose from the ceiling we are having an object. If I make the FBD, mg will be downwards. There is no normal reaction, there is no support, it is not in contact with anything. Now tension will be upwards, which is supporting it. Now if I study the roof, the ceiling, tension will be downwards, because consider the scenario that the roof is not so strong, so it will come down, right? Now which force is bringing it down? It is a tension force, right? Tension in the string, tightness in the string is bringing it down. So tension on the ceiling will be downwards. However, tension in the mass was upwards, right? So what is the property of tension? Tension is along the string, but away from the body. So away from the body, away from the body. So this is the property of tension. Okay. So what is the fourth force we are going to study? Friction. Now friction is not so easy. That's why in HC Verma there is a separate chapter on friction, and in fact in IIT JEE most of the best questions are from friction only in Newton's law chapter. So what do you say? Friction supports velocity or opposes velocity? So maximum people say that friction opposes velocity. Okay, let us consider a scenario. See, if an object is there, I push it, it will move forward, yeah, and after some time it will stop, right? That means friction force is stopping it. Friction is opposing the velocity. But consider the scenario, you purchase a brand new luxury car, but somehow it got stuck into the mud. Yeah, somehow it got stuck in the mud and you are just accelerating. What will happen? The car won't move. The car is very good. What is happening? The wheel is rotating, but it is not getting a good support, the frictional support, because it is in the mud. Yeah, there is no friction. That is why car is not able to move. So for such objects like humans also, if you are just standing on a very slippery ground, yeah, if you move forward, you will just slip. So what is supporting you? What is taking you ahead? Friction. So friction may support or oppose velocity. Anything can happen. So you have to study friction very carefully. So we'll study that in the next chapter after Newton's law. You can just write that friction may support or oppose velocity. Yeah. So these are the 4 forces and these are the 3 laws. Whatever may happen, whatever difficult question may come, you cannot break these. Any property you cannot break, any law you cannot break. Okay. So we will just solve some questions on these. So I will just take a very simple. So in this scenario, what was T is equal to mg? Because it was not going up, not going down. We have done such questions in vectors. So yeah. Similarly, in this scenario, what was the equation? N is equal to mg. It is not going up, not going down. N is equal to mg. But consider this scenario. M theta. Now if I make the FBD, what will happen? Mg normal, yeah, and acceleration, it will accelerate, it will come down, yeah. So how do you solve it? I will make a triangle. This angle is theta, this is 90, yes, the whole triangle sum is 180 degree angle, yeah. So this becomes 90 minus theta. Since the whole angle is 90, it will again become theta, right? It will again become theta. If I resolve it, we have studied vector resolution in the previous classes. You can see the video if you have forgotten. So this becomes mg cos theta. This becomes mg sin theta. Yes, towards the angle it is cos, opposite angle it is sin. Now see, the object is not going this side, not this side. So we can say n is equal to mg cos theta. This is the first equation. And this object is going downwards. There is only one force. We will apply the Newton's second law, which is net force is mass into acceleration. So we will write mg sin theta is equal to ma, and acceleration will come out to be g sin theta. Acceleration is g sin theta. If it's not visible, I will just write here a is equal to g sin theta. Yeah. So this is the acceleration. That is how you solve it. No, I have not broken any law. I have not broken any law. I have not broken any property. Normal direction is perpendicular to the contact surface. Mg is downwards, etc., etc. I am just rubbing all this. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comments. If it is genuine good doubt, I will definitely reply to it. Yeah, so let us take another example. So in Newton's law, most important thing is making FPD and then making equations. If you are very good at that, you will find the chapter very easy. Suppose this is M1, this is M2, and this is a condition. There is no friction, there is no opposition. We have to make the FPD, we have to make the equations. So how do you do it? I make the FPD of M2 and then M1, M2G, N2. Yeah, these will be the forces. M2G, N2. Yeah, and from here. So see, you should make the forces line wise. This will help you in some questions. When very good questions come, then this knowledge also helps. That first what happened? So first mg acted because gravity was always there. So first gravity acted, then this happened. Here also gravity acted first, m1g, and then n1 happened. Now as it started accelerating, there came a tension which also took it ahead. Yeah. So this is the thing. This is a very important thing. Some questions will demand you to apply things line wise. Otherwise you won't be able to recognize friction. because friction's direction will depend upon how the force is acted, first which came, etc. etc. Now again what I will do, this is theta, I will resolve it. This becomes theta by the same method. It will become m1g cos theta and then m1g sin theta by the same method that we did just 1 minute back. So this is the FBD. Now what is the equation, you tell me. So you can pause the video and write the equations, we will tell you. So see, it is not going up, it is not going down. Acha, acceleration will this side, acceleration will this side. It is not going up, not going down. So we will write n2 is equal to m2g. n2 is equal to m2g. It is going ahead. There is only one force, T. So we'll write T is equal to m2a. Net force is mass into acceleration. These are the two equations. Considering these, what will happen? N1 is equal to m1g cos theta. It is not going in any direction, but it is going downwards. This is pulling it downward and this is pulling it upwards. So we'll write net force m1g sin theta minus t. Net force down minus up is equal to mass into acceleration. That's it. That's it. The question is finished. So this is not of use here. This is not of use here. Two equations, two variables, t and a. You can very well solve it. Yeah. So I am erasing it again. Just 1-2 more questions we will see, and then in next class we will do rest of the questions. This is a very basic class of Newton's law, and of course very important. Suppose there is a pulley and two masses are there, m1 and m2. Yeah. So how do we make the FBDs? So first of all, understand this thing, that when there is a string, tension in the whole string will be same. It cannot happen, we are considering the string is massless. String is massless, pulley is massless, we are considering that. So it cannot happen that a string is so much tight here but so much loose there, because it is the same string. How can it happen? So how do you form the FBD? M1g T and M2g T. Acceleration, yeah. So what will be the equation? T minus M1g, T minus M1g. Net force is mass into acceleration. Similarly here, M2g minus T is equal to M2a. It is pulling it down, it is pulling it upwards. So net force is mass into acceleration again, yeah. So simple. This is going upwards, so this minus this. This is going downward, this minus this is equal to mass into acceleration. So this is what we have, and so we'll conclude right now here. And you can also make on your own some FBDs. You can imagine situations. So as I told in the last class, physics is more about imagination. So you have to imagine things. Yeah, with this knowledge, just start imagining things. How the fan is hanging. Yeah, how the table is there. What forces are acting on the table. I told you physics is all around you. You can imagine the bed. What forces are acting on the bed. Yeah, you are standing. What forces are acting on you? Mg is acting. Normal reaction is acting. So all these things you can always see in all the scenarios around you at all the time. Yeah, so physics class is just initiation of physics. Otherwise the class is happening the whole day. You can make it. You're surrounded by physics, yeah. So TV is hanging on the wall. What forces are acting on it? Mg is happening. So it can rotate. Yeah, so we'll study rotation also. So all these things you can very well imagine, and you should ask why this cannot happen. So the first scientist who came with very good laws, so he also must have imagined that why not this, why this. So this spirit of inquiry has to come from within you. Physics class is just initiation of what you can think over. You're surrounded by it, right? So I'm erasing it, and yeah. So if you have any doubt, you can definitely write in the comments. We'll meet in the next class with more very good examples on it. So just come revise. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.